With over 15 credit cards between me and my player two, some of our credit cards get utilized on a daily basis, while some just get thrown in the sock drawer and get no love after that sign up bonus is hit. And in this video, we're going to talk about which credit cards I use on a daily basis and why you should probably implement them in your daily credit card rotation. But before we hop into that content, guys, feel free to smash that subscribe button as it directly supports my channel, and I release credit card content here on YouTube regularly. Starting with the newest addition to my rotation, and the credit card getting the largest area of spend right now, is the Hilton Surpass. And the Hilton Surpass is that kind of middle ground in the American Express Hilton ecosystem where you get Hilton Gold status and you start to feel the difference in your hotel stays. And the main reason I added this specific card to my rotation is that they were offering that 135,000 points offer plus a free night credit. And as we know, these free night credits have heavy value. Being able to capitalize on at least a $500 to even upwards of $2,000 hotel stay for one night. And I'm definitely not stopping there because the Hilton Surpass offers you a second free night credit once you hit $15,000 of annual spend. So, being that I just hit the sign up bonus, I'm already about 33% of the way there. So, I'll allocate some of my bills for the rest of the year and capitalize on a second free night credit, extracting even more value. The main reason I have zero issue putting this much area of spend on this credit card is because it has some pretty decent multipliers across the board. And you can expect 6x on gas, grocery, and dining, 4x back on online retail shopping, and 3x back on everything else. And assuming you're getting that kind of zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.6 cents per point for each and every one of your Hilton Honors points, you're going to get around 3-ish X on each of these kind of 6x multipliers, which for me is fine. And as well as in addition to all of the Hilton Honors points you earn along the way. Moving on to the next set of credit cards, and honestly, my daily drivers to get the largest area of spend in my entire lifestyle is the Chase trifecta. Now, I know here in the YouTube space, we are tired of hearing about the Chase trifecta, so I'm going to make this very brief, but the Chase Ultimate Reward points are just too good to pass up. Having that 1 cent per point floor and being able to achieve upwards of 2 to 3 cents per point in some of the transfer partners like the World of Hyatt, I have to incorporate it into my daily rotation. The Chase trifecta is so strong because each and every credit card has their own objective that applies to a certain area of spend. My Chase Freedom Unlimited is my dedicated catch all credit card, getting me 1.5% back in points on all of my purchases. This is my dedicated kind of miscellaneous expense credit card if I'm paying utilities, if I'm shopping at Walmart, because as we know, Walmart does not code as groceries, unfortunately, or anything that I do not have a credit card to pay for. That will go on my Chase Freedom Unlimited, and I know for a fact I'm getting 1.5% back. We then have the Chase Freedom Flex, which this is our rotating category credit card. And at this given time of filming this video, we have 5% back at Amazon. And as we know in the United States, we are spoiled with door to delivery services. So a large majority of my kind of household items are ordered on Amazon. They are delivered directly to my doorstep. And I know for this quarter, I'm getting 5% back on my Chase Freedom Flex. And lastly, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, the kind of main integral aspect of the Chase trifecta. This is where I can gather all of my points earned across all of these credit cards and pool them together to transfer out to Chase's transfer partner. Like most people here in the credit card community, those points are dedicated towards the World of Hyatt because of their footprint across the world, as well as the cents per point value that you can capture with ease. It is undeniably one of my favorite transfer partners in the entire credit card community. Aside from the ability to kind of glue all of the Chase credit cards together, the Chase Sapphire Preferred is also my dedicated international travel credit card. Mainly because it waives foreign transaction fees, gets me 2x on all my travel purchases, including excursions if I want to do so when I'm traveling. It's going to get me 3x back on dining, which, as you know, when you travel internationally, you want to eat everywhere. And lastly, it's going to get me primary rental car insurance, which is game changing when you are renting a rental car. With all of that, I only need to bring one credit card with me when I travel internationally, and I know I am covered across the board, and that is with the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Moving into the next heavy hitter and my dining credit card for all of my dining needs is the American Express Gold Card. Now, the Amex Gold is easily the most hated credit card here on YouTube. Either you love the card or you hate it. And that's because it has a large amount of coupons on it, making it referred to most of the time as a coupon book. And that's because this card is going to come with multiple credits, including an Uber or Uber Eats credit, a Grubhub or Five Guys credit, as well as biannual Resi credits. So, as you see, if you are not the target demographic that can juggle this amount of credits, not only on a monthly, but in a semi annual basis, then this is not the credit card for you. But the best part is that if you can handle those credits, this is going to have a negative effective annual fee, meaning that for the $325 sticker price, you are going to get over $400 of value in those credits. And that's even before we get into the multipliers of the credit card. And that's because the Amex Gold comes with a 4x multiplier both on groceries and dining. And for the limits on each of these categories, it's some of the highest in the entire credit card industry. And when you compare that to the transfer partner portfolio that they have, you can capture upwards of 1.5 to 2x for each and every one of these American Express membership reward points. Making a little pivot into the credit cards that do not get much mileage in my rotation, but still add value that I just keep in the sock drawer until they're needed, are cards such as the IHG Premier card, which, unless I'm staying at an IHG property or redeeming one of those free night credits, I do not need to bring this card with me anywhere. Another good example is the Hilton Honors, that $0 annual fee Hilton card. Since I now have the Surpass, the $0 version does nothing for me. Another good example is the Citi American Airlines Platinum credit card. Unless I'm flying via American and need that free checked in bag, I do not need to utilize this credit card because the multipliers are not on the higher side. And the last one, and kind of the biggest mistake I've ever made, I even filmed a video on this credit card, was the Crypto.com green card. This card costed me $4,000 and I lost about 90% of it due to the kind of downfall of Crypto.com. But this card still does get me some priority pass access, so I do bring on me when I travel. But other than that, this credit card gets zero love from me. Getting back to the list of the credit cards that I actually use and making our way to my rental card is the Bilt Mastercard. Now, the Bilt Mastercard will have a forever place in my wallet because it gets me $30 of static credit card points month after month. Because whether I like it or not, my rent needs to get paid, so I might as well benefit with some credit card points. And while I don't hate the strategy, guys, I am not someone that likes to chase sign up bonuses and put rental costs on other credit cards and kind of subsidize that 3% transaction charge. It's not my style, so the Bilt MasterCard will always be in my rotation. Aside from the rent, I believe the rent is just the tip of the iceberg. I love the aspect of the Bilt dining program. Living in Miami, Florida, I have my American Express Gold connected to my Bilt MasterCard. So whenever I dine at a Bilt dining restaurant, I not only get 4x on my Amex Gold, but I also get between 2 and 3x in Bilt points. So I kind of essentially double the amount of credit card points I get when I dine at these restaurants, which I have a large footprint here in Miami. And when you consider the comedy experiences, I did one of the Bilt dining experiences. It was an amazing time. This credit card is a no brainer when it comes with a $0 annual fee, which I still think is insane, especially when you consider the access to their transfer portfolio. Bilt has one of the most underrated transfer partners where they have access to not only the world of Hyatt, but also to Alaska Airlines. And Alaska Airlines has hands down been my favorite transfer partner as of late, where I've captured upwards of 6 cents per point. I'll put here on the screen a flight that my wife took to the Key West. Well, I know it was a kind of very short flight, it was only 50 minutes. The sticker price for this flight was $389, and I was able to book it for $45 of Alaska Airlines miles. When you do the math, guys, that's kind of over 6 cents per point, which is amazing value for each and every one of my Bilt MasterCard points. One of my favorite aspects of the Bilt MasterCard in my rotation, which is why it gets so much usage, is that it complements Chase Ultimate Reward points as well as American Express membership reward points very well. One of the main targets for my Chase Ultimate Reward points is the world of Hyatt. So I can not only stockpile my Chase Ultimate Reward points there, I can then transfer my Bilt MasterCard points if I am a little bit short or want to kind of make a longer stay. The same goes for the American Express ecosystem, that they both have access to Alaska Airlines. If you're unaware, you can now convert your American Express membership reward points into the Alaska ecosystem due to the merger with Hawaiian Airlines. So if you are a little short making a flight redemption that you wish to make, you can offset the cost with some of your Bilt MasterCard points. So when you're making redemptions, as we know, you have to be flexible, and having multiple access points into these ecosystems has been game changer for me. The last cards I want to talk about and entering into the world of business cards is going to be the Chase Business Inc. Cash Card as well as the Business Unlimited. Of the two, the one that gets the most mileage is definitely the Business Cash because the Business Unlimited has a 1.5% catch all, which I already get on my Chase Freedom Unlimited. So just short of that $900 sign up bonus that I got, that elevated offer that they're offering, this credit card does not get much usage from me, but the Business Cash getting you 5% back on internet as well as cable gets quite a decent boost to my Chase Ultimate Reward points. Not only having my internet bill, but my parents, as well as the phone bill, I achieve a static around $15 to $20 of Chase Ultimate Reward points just by paying bills that I already have to pay. This is one of my favorite aspects of kind of being able to pool all of your Chase Ultimate Reward points, whether it's a business card or a personal card, into the Sapphire Preferred, and then transfer them out to the many transfer partners. One of my rules of thumb, guys, is that if you have any secondary source of income, is to not be scared of business credit cards, especially the Chase Business Inc. variations, because these credit cards have some of the largest sign-up bonuses in the entire credit card game. While the area spend is on the higher side of $6,000, make sure this falls into your organic area of spend and you do not have to overspend in order to achieve a sign-up bonus. Because as we know, this is what the banks want. And if you do this, guys, you are going to erase any value that you ever achieve from credit card points. Well, guys, before we end this video, I always love to exercise that if you're new to the points and miles game and just getting started, to exercise discipline. That even though I have 15 credit cards between me and my player two, we have never missed a credit card payment in the 32 years that I've been on this earth. And the second that you accrue interest or kind of exceed your level of daily spend, you are erasing any tangible value from the credit card points and miles game. The banks designed these sign up bonuses to kind of prey upon irresponsible spenders to get you to overspend and accrue interest with the promise of points and miles. As long as you are paying off your credit card statement balance in full at the end of every statement period, you are the minority and you can capitalize on the beauties of the points and miles game. A perfect example is that later this year, I just booked 2 nights at a 5-star resort in the Hilton ecosystem at $0 out of pocket by leveraging credit cards and their sign up bonuses. As long as you follow the steps, guys, you do not overspend and pay off your balance at the end of every statement period, you will benefit from these points and miles and always start off slow. But we're going to end the video there, guys. I hope you enjoyed this type of content on which credit cards I actually use month after month. And if you want another video on credit card content, I'm going to have another one right here for you.